So we are here with Mykhailo Samus, who is the director of the new Geopolitical Research Network. My first question to Mykhailo today is that how do you see Prime Minister's visit to Ukraine at this critical juncture?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say that in Ukraine, we are for a long time looking for strengthening relationship with India. And of course,
Right.
because everything here in Ukraine, we are looking from the prism of Russian-Ukrainian war. And of course, we are trying to be stronger with all of possible partners, especially India, because we think that India is a leader of the global South. And of course, we need the support of India and our, let's say, not very easy situation, of course, with Russian war. And that's why for a long, long time, President Zelensky trying to invite India to participate in the first peace forum, which is actually what India was represented on this forum. And President Zelensky is trying to organize a second peace forum before November.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think it's connected to United States election. I mean that to prepare strong Ukrainian position before possible, hypothetically possible negotiations. So when we're talking about Ukrainian-Indian relationship now, I think it's important for Ukraine first of all, but I hope that it's interesting for India to participate in this process.
You said that that Ukraine can have a qualitatively better relationship with India when it comes to defense. Could you elaborate what kind of qualitatively better relationship that India and Ukraine have in the defense sector?
Yeah, of course, we have a Soviet legacy, and by the way, often when we talking about the Indian-Soviet relationship, everything projected to now to Indian-Russian relationship, but it's not true because, for example, Ukrainian Antonov aircraft, Antonov 32, was created here, especially in Kyiv, especially for India in Soviet time, not by Russians but Ukrainians. And of course, we have a lot of examples on helicopter cooperation, in engine cooperation, in actually engine for frigates because of Mykolaiv turbine engines for ships. But it's legacy. Of course, we could use this legacy for further steps. But I think that Ukrainian experience in drones, UAV, the land drones, the sea drones, which is very effective in the Black Sea. Actually, Ukraine without navy, without traditional navy, now changed the situation in Black Sea. Totally, we push out a Russian Black Sea fleet from Crimea. Actually, if somebody told a couple of years ago that Ukraine will push out Russian Black Sea fleet from Crimea, it was kind of okay, guys, it's fantastic. But now it's true. Russian Black Sea fleet could based only on Russian territory, on Novorossiysk, not in Crimea, because it's very dangerous for them. And I mean that all of these new systems could be very interesting for Indian engineers and, of course, Indian generals, Indian officers. I mean, the army and navy and air force, and Ukrainian experience in drones, for example, FPV drones, which we have millions. We're producing couple millions of FPV drones per year, which have a crucial impact on the battlefield. It's the first time in history that drones has a so strong drones and impact on the battlefield. We first in the world. We created a special branch in Ukrainian armed forces, the UAV forces. It's a drone forces actually. Command, drone forces command, which is unique. And actually, what is the task of this command? It's doctrine, generation of force, and of course, using and planning of using of drones through all of armed forces. And I think it's unique experience, which is could be very interesting for Indian armed forces.
My concluding question to you would be that what happens in the future, in the long term future? Like, what will be Europe's relationship with Russia after this war is over?
Of course, it depends. A lot of scenarios we could draw now. It depends on the internal processes. For example, after Putin, could be even worse dictator or team of dictators or kind of cabinet of dictatorship, and it will be even worse scenario for Russia. I mean, so no relationship reality between democratic Europe and dictatorship in Russia. Maybe it will be opposite development when even during Putin, some elites inside of Russia, I am sure they exist. These elites who wants to live in normal country, making business with Europe, making business globally, like before, like before crazy decision of war against Ukraine. So maybe like this, they will change the regime. They will create the possibility conditions to develop this normal step by step, of course, because it's even somebody from elites will contact West and Ukraine and try to solve the all of problems. Of course, it will be a long period of let's say the finding the proper framework of relationship, because in Ukraine it's a so high level of hate of Russians because of the bloody war. So I'm not sure that it's possible to very fast back to 2021 or for example 2013 2012 when it was, I think it was the highest level of Russian, European and even United States relationship, like this reset policy from the United Obama administration.
Right.
So I think that it could be a different scenario. Maybe it will be really a Russian democratic state on some Azil, maybe even Kursk Oblast, and it will be kind of civil war inside of Russia. Maybe like this. Of course, it's a worse scenario because on nuclear weapon, nobody wants to have thousands of nuclear warheads, tactical warheads somewhere.
Right.
Well, disappearing in a huge territory. I'm not sure that, including Ukraine, of course, because of our neighbors, including all of the European countries, to have this scenario. So a lot of scenarios, and if we live in a so interesting time. Somebody asked me kind of couple months ago, is it possible that Ukraine will attack Kursk Oblast? To be honest, theoretically, from military point of view, of course, yes. On the map, it looks like very nice, but even from psychological point of view, on a geopolitical point of view, in Russia they didn't imagine this situation because they didn't think that Ukraine will have a brave to cross the historical and psychological border between Ukraine and Russia Empire and former territory of Empire. That this former territory will attack Empire very unrespectably. So it's no respect to empire. And maybe in 1 month we will see another events even more surprising. So now forecasting of the future is kind of like fun, like writing the interesting book, and we will see it very soon, I hope.